Hey there folks, and welcome back to the I Am CDB project. I of course am your host CDB. You are not, and today we're going to use once again the timeless aluminum offering, which you see here. Blade gap on that 0.45, 6061, says T6 aluminum, whatever that means. I'm not a expert on metals, but you can look all that up if you want. Go to their website and check out all the details. I believe this retails for around 75 bucks. Very light weight, as you could expect with aluminum, or should expect at least with aluminum. Today we're going to use the old Maca root, which I've used quite a bit of. I use this a lot. This week I've used a lot of artisan soaps, just sort of, a lot of times I use Maca root, but this week I've just been going back to artisan stuff. Katie's Bubbles, Soap Commander, Shannon soaps, Reef Point. I don't remember all the soaps I used this week, but Razor Rock. I used a number of artisan soaps just for the heck of it. So we're going to dip a little Body Shop Maca root on my brush here, and we'll wet the face and get going. I went musky fishing today for the first time. For those of you who enjoy the, outdoor stories, and for those of you who don't, I'm still shaving, so you can watch that if you want to, or you don't have to. Anyway, I went musky fishing for the first time today. Now, I've fished most of my life, but mostly for bass. I was just grew up, and we had a camp, and it was on the Greenbrier River in West Virginia. We mostly fished for bass and catfish, rock bass, just whatever you catch in the Greenbrier, carp occasionally, and so forth. Of course, this year, I've been doing a lot of trout fishing, have really enjoyed that, but today I decided I would go down to Kanawha Falls, which isn't far from here, and try my hand at musky fishing. And musky fishing is said to be, it's said to be the fish of 10,000 casts. It's hard to catch. So I went down, I got down there about around 6 a.m., right around daylight. Boy, this razor is smooth, by the way. Anyway, and I had a spinner on there, a Terminator spinner. And after about 25 casts, all of a sudden, it was pulling in, and I thought I got hung up in a log. I mean, it just seized up, and then all of a sudden my drag started going out. And you know what that means, you've got a good fish. So I fought the fish for, a good while before I ever got a look at it. About 15 to 20 minutes for it. Well, probably 15 minutes before I really got a good look at it up close, and lo and behold, it was a muskie. And so I'm trying to figure out now, because I'm standing on this sort of a wall with these wooden, like a fence, how I'm going to get over this fence, how I'm going to net it. It's just me. My buddy wasn't able to make it. He had church function, and so I'm like, boy, I'm going to get this fish in. I've got it right at the edge now, after about 25 minutes of, working this fish. And so I'm like, I get the net with one hand, I'm holding the fish with the other, and I'm trying to contemplate how I'm gonna, the net's not quite long enough to reach. And during all this, all of a sudden, snap, gone. I don't know if the muskie have pretty sharp teeth, and I don't know if he twisted and cut the line or whatever. It was a 30-pound braid with a leader. So I don't know what happened, but the fish was right there. I saw it was beautiful. It was a good size. I mean, muskie get huge, so this wasn't a huge muskie, but it was well beyond 30 inches, which is, that's not huge for a muskie, but it's a good size fish. And, I got a good look at it, but sadly I didn't land it. It was literally right, just a little bit below my feet, because I'm standing on a wall. It's not You know, they're just like a fence in between me, like a wooden rail. And I was never so excited and so disappointed because I was thinking, I think I jinxed myself because last time we went fishing, my buddy, you know, did better than I did. And this time I was like, I am going to rub it in, you know, this is my first muskie. It's a very difficult, you know, fish to catch, or at least that's the reputation it has. It's, you know, big fish, aggressive sometimes, but finicky at the same time. And so I thought, look at my luck, 25, you know, maybe casts, and here I am into a muskie. And it was a glorious, just great deal of fun. If I'd only landed the fish, I wouldn't have kept it. I was going to turn it back, but I did want to get some photos and video and so forth. But sadly, it was not to be. I was trying to get my phone just to get a picture of the fish while it was in the water there, just below me, but I couldn't manage trying to do everything by myself at one time. So it was a great day and a disappointing at the same time. So now I'm itching to go back and try to catch another muskie. I hope it's not 10,000 casts till I get the next one, because that was really fun. Anyway, back to shaving for those of you who are not fishermen or outdoors people or anglers, what have you. I really like this razor. Really nice and smooth. It's not super aggressive, but it's pretty doggone efficient. It's feeling good. Let's put it that way. Feels good to me anyhow. And, you know, Timeless makes good stuff, as I've said many times throughout the year. Good people at Timeless as well, Matt and company. Good folks. And they partner with Shannon Soap sometimes on soaps and products. So, you know, both good stuff. Definitely type of vendors or business folks that I endorse and from a personal level. I mean, it's certainly up to you whether you buy from or not, but I like what they stand for in terms of, you know, I mention this every time just because I feel like it's such a unique thing. And there may be other people who do this as well now, but, you know, their veterans discount, their first responders. I believe they have a like law enforcement or first responders type thing too as well. Go to their website and check all that stuff out. But anyway, their satisfaction guarantee, which is like sort of like above the tie, which is great also, as you know. But anyway, really fine products from fine people, and I'm always happy to try one of their products out and bring it to you. And one of the things I want to mention is this channel, IMCDB, only has a fraction of the subscribers that iLather, the old channel, has. It has, you know, 7,000 or 8,000, I don't know. This one only has maybe 1,000 or 2,000. I haven't looked for a long time, but I knew last I looked, the other one has far more subscribers. And of course, I was doing almost exclusively shaving content on iLather, whereas when I came to IMCDB, you know, I do political stuff and just talk about anything, and just kind of my channel to do whatever. And I decided that's just what I wanted to do, period. Was just do any old kind of videos. Maybe shaving, maybe this, maybe that. I still primarily do, you know, shaving content, but I certainly have other interests. So hopefully next time I hook into a muskie, I'll have a cam there and I'll strap it on. And I mean, I have one, I just have to strap it on and get it to hopefully record. And so next time if I lose it, at least you'll be able to see it, or I'll be able to see it and enjoy it. But anyway, the whole point in bringing up the subscribers is, if you're not a subscriber and you enjoy the content, please subscribe and share it so other people can see it. Maybe they'll like it, maybe they won't. You know, of course, I'm not for everybody, never have been. There are a lot of people who don't agree with the things I have to say and my thoughts, or even my opinions on the shaving gear, and that is okay. one of the things I noticed was sometimes people from outside the United States, you know, when I'm sharing political opinion, obviously don't sometimes agree. But, you know, the way I look at that is, and again, first of all, we all don't have to agree, but we do need to be civil, and that's important. But when you're outside the U.S., it's really hard to compare, you know, politics, because this is a unique place, as is your country, wherever you might be from, UK, you know, Saudi Arabia, it could be anywhere. Watching people all over the world, Germany, Netherlands. I've had viewers and questions, India, all over the world. And I appreciate those emails and questions, especially from those who are outside the U.S. And they don't always sort of get the way we operate. And to be fair, I don't always understand what goes on in their country. So I'm reluctant to opine a lot on what goes on in other parts of the world in terms of their societies. And, you know, I will at times in terms of liberties and so forth, but, you know, the way they govern is the way they govern. And I figure they know best. It's their country. And so, of course, there are limitations to that if they're attacking people or, you know, committing atrocities. You know, of course, we don't want any of that. But anyhow, we're going to disagree on things like that. So if you're from outside the United States, you don't always understand our liberties and so forth. It is difficult to grasp, but we're just those type of people. You know, we hold our liberties very dear, and some that might not make sense to you are really, really sacred to us. So I ask you to keep that in mind. Again, if you appreciate the content, share it and come on over to minds.com, M-I-N-D-S. Follow me there. I like to spread out to some newer platforms, you know, because of some of the things that goes on with these social media companies and their censoring and so forth. So check out Minds at minds.com. I will put a link in. Actually, there is a link. If you click the description below, there's a link to Minds there. Join, check that out. I like to give, you know, all these companies a chance, and especially the ones that are committed to free speech, because that is very, very important to me. I want to thank you as always for watching. Once again, Timeless, the aluminum razor. Check this guy out. If you're interested in an aluminum razor, it is a good one. We're going to continue to use it and bring it to you and let you know if there are any developments. But I've used it most of this week, except for a couple shaves. I've had tremendous shaves with it. Astra SP blade writing in there. Really like it. And of course, I'm using the Maca root, which I love. This is great stuff. Once again, this is just about as good as anything out there. Anything at any price. Not in scent, but in performance, fantastic. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, I've been your host, CDB. You're not. God bless.